when he asks her, are you talking to someone else? And when the voice says, yes,
Yes, around.
759 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
I
don't
was
know
like,
the number. Yeah.
dude, this is too real, man. This is too real. वो भी ऐसा ही करती थी.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So just to break the bit tension after talking about movies like Gone Girl and Seven, I think now I'll mention a movie, and the movie is Tom Cruise starrer Vanilla Sky. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why I have a separate kind of love for Tom Cruise, and
Yeah.
Vanilla Sky is such a beautiful movie. So it stars Tom
Just to
Cruise,
give
Cameron Diaz.
just to give you a
It
heads
stars,
up, I haven't seen that movie yet. So I guess you can
yeah. So
convince me to why to watch it already.
okay, so now I have to make a sale.
Yeah.
So it stars.
That's
So
what we
first
are
of all,
trying to
I
learn.
think.
That's what you and I are trying to learn. No.
So let me first try to sell it through the cast. So the cast is Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz, and the beautiful, beautiful Penelope Cruz, and Kurt Russell. I think most of people just remember Kurt Russell from the Guardians of the Galaxy, but he has many appearance in the other movies too before. So when the best part of the movie is when the movie starts, it feels like a beautiful movie, a beautiful romantic movie. But the way it turns by the mid of the movie, and you realize, okay, what is has been actually be going in the movie. So it's a basic. If you read about this movie on the
So
net, now it's
is
mentioned
it
that it's a
is it
sci-fi
one of
movie.
those Tom Cruise action movie? It turns into an action
No,
movie, or
it
it's
is not.
something else?
It is definitely not a Tom Cruise action movie.
Okay, okay.
See it is directed by the director Cameron Crowe, and it was his second movie with the Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise has first did a movie with Cameron Crowe. It was Jerry Maguire. I think maybe some of you have, maybe both of
Yeah,
you have or have not heard it. It's a great movie
I've seen
too.
it.
I was going to
1996.
true. I was going to include that one in the list, but I think maybe it is a mainstream movie. But Vanilla Sky is so underrated movie. So Vanilla Sky is actually a sci-fi where the movie plays with your mind. I don't have any other words to say. The way the movie plays with your mind is what makes the movie beautiful. I don't know how
I
convinced
think
you are to watch that movie,
the
but
point
I will recommend that movie to
at
you.
point when
Yeah,
you said that it's a sci-fi movie, I was convinced.
yeah. Okay.
because because I
No.
would love to see a movie or a love story, at the end it been converted into a sci-fi movie. I would love to see that part, right? So for
See,
that I will definitely gonna see it.
I don't want to spoil it.
Hmm.
I say the internet states it as a sci-fi, but to me personally, I think it is more of a psychological thriller
Oh,
because the movie is played with the reality of the things, and you realize, okay, what's real and what's not, and
Yeah,
that's
there
the
are movies
all.
like that. No,
Yeah,
recently Vijay Bhaiya recommended me this movie from Andy Samberg and that Kristen Meloti movie.
yeah,
Bhaiya,
yeah, yeah,
what was that? Palm Springs.
yeah, yeah.
Palm Springs is supposed to be a sci-fi movie, but you do not believe that Andy Samberg would be involved in a sci-fi movie. So you do not take it as a sci-fi movie. You take it like
As a
you take it
rom-com.
like a normal movie, like rom-com kind of
Yeah.
movie.
yeah.
It happens. Yeah, it happens.
Like,
I
yeah.
came across Vanilla Sky so randomly, so I was just going through the best movies of Tom Cruise. Okay,
Oh,
I came it at, I don't know at what spot it came on, but when I saw a clip of it, I was suddenly convinced. So I would recommend you, both of you, to just try
I've
that
seen it.
movie for
I've seen
once.
it.
I have not
Yeah,
tried
so
it. I
you should
think,
be knowing now how
Yeah.
what's the great part about the movie. True.
yeah.
And fun fact, Cameron Diaz and I share birthdays.
Fuck, I hate her.
Why, God, why? We had a deal.
But you gotta love Warren Buffett. He and I also share our birthdays.
So actually, I started hating Cameron Diaz after this movie only.
After one thing,
Once you
I
just
told
see
me
it,
about it. Yeah.
yeah, once you'll see it, you'll start hating it too.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. So from Tom Cruise, let's move to Tom Hanks
Oh,
because
yeah,
why
sure,
not?
yeah, sure.
I mean,
and then and then to Tom
Denzel
Holland,
Washington.
and then to Tom Hiddleston.
And then to Tom and Jerry. Sorry, bad joke. So yeah, I am mentioning this movie for two reasons. First of all, it's a Tom Hanks movie. There has to be representation, because if you do not talk about Tom Hanks, if you talk about movies, you are stupid as right. You cannot talk about English movies, Hollywood movies, and you cannot not mention Tom Hanks. Like he is the sweetest guy ever to have acted in movies. I mean, he's too good to be true, right? When you watch A Terminal, it's also based. It's not based on the book. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I've seen
Like,
it partially.
yeah.
I didn't complete that movie. I started off.
Okay,
with
so
it.
I have to sell it. I have to
Yeah.
do my presentation here. So what happens is there's this guy from a backward country. He travels to a developed country. The movie and the real story are different. So I'm gonna plot the real story to you because it's a very, very true story, right? So there's this guy. The name is Mehran Nasseri. This is the Nasri or something. He travels. He's an Iranian something guy. He travels to France, right? So
And they,
he travels to France, and there's this thing about the international airport terminals that they are a part of the country. They are under the constitution of the country, but they are governed by international laws. Like same as international waters. That if you are in international waters, you are governed by the international law. You are not in any particular country.
Yeah.
That is the same rule for international airports. So he's in that airport, and his country is on fire. Like literally on fire. There has been a revolution or anything, and he cannot go back because the country is dead now. He would be going back to monarchy or something like that, revolution kind of a situation. So he's stuck there. He cannot go back because France has stopped transporting. France has stopped flights to that country. He's stuck there, and he's stuck there for 16 years.
yeah,
He
at the
lives
same
in that
terminal.
airport. He lives in that terminal. He falls in love in that terminal. He does everything in that terminal. And in 2007 he fell ill, and then he got he got freedom in France. He could live in France after that. That happened 16 years after he was stuck. And the same thing happens in the movie because it's based on that story. And Tom Hanks is stuck in that airport, and he's stuck in that airport with Catherine Zeta-Jones. If that's a policy, I would like to get stuck in the airport terminal for life, man. I mean, why do we not talk about Catherine Zeta-Jones every day? She's one of the most beautiful actresses, finest
now
actresses.
I feel like every other actress, Himanshu has crush on. He will try any way possible to mention her name. Like, I
mean,
think there's some kind
see.
of conspiracy going on. Like, if you want them to notice you, this is not the podcast. You are at the wrong podcast.
I am
just to let you
single,
know.
right? I am single, and 118 people should know about what I'm going through, right? So
Yeah. And what are your preferences? Yeah.
यहाँ इसने यही अनाउंस कर दिया कि सिंगल है, इसने यहीं पे ऑडियंस बना ली.
Yeah. Sure.
so yeah.
कमेंट्स में
So
ये आएगा.
nahi, so let's talk about the movie right now.
Yeah.
Let's not talk
Sure.
about
Sure.
my life. Movie is beautiful. You have to watch it. This was recommended to me by my elder cousin, and he spoke very highly of that movie. I had high expectations, and they were not let down. Great movie. I recommend it to all of you watching this. You should go for it because Tom Hanks.
Unfortunately, I only have seen Tom Hanks in the Robert Langdon series like Da Vinci Code, Angel and Demons.
Yeah.
Those are amazing movies. I was going to mention one
Amazing.
of them, but
I think
Amazing, yeah.
we will save them for another episode, I guess. Don't worry, Tarun.
yeah,
We are
I
going
think he
nowhere.
deserves his own podcast. I think he deserves his own podcast where
Maybe
we just talk
Yeah,
about
he does.
Tom
has
Hanks.
maybe he has his own podcast and we don't know about it.
He has his own country, man. America wants him to become the president. He's not running for president. He should run for president.
Yeah, and so
I
there's
think for me, I think the next movie that I would like to recommend is a bit of a light-hearted movie, right? This movie I saw just to pass out my time. It was not like somebody recommended to me or nothing else. So I just found it out, and I thought, okay, let's give it a go because it has Robert De Niro in it. I thought, and it felt like it will be a good movie, or the reviews were like it was a really feel good movie. So the movie I'm talking about is The Intern, right? So the Robert De Niro has lived his life happily, but after his wife died, as per his wife's advice, I guess, to start, he wants to do something else, something exciting. So he start working as an intern after seeing an opening in a job. The movie, there was going to be an Indian remake, right? And
Yeah,
Rishi Kapoor was going
Let's
to.
with
not
Rishi
talk about
Kapoor.
it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
too sad.
yeah,
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 too sad.
man. Like I really wanted to
think
see how Rishi Kapoor could have
Yeah.
played it, right? Because he is such a cheerful act. He was such a cheerful actor, right? At some point I felt like, okay, so is there going to be a scene between her and the actress Annie? And she's
And
gorgeous.
Hathaway.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I know you're gonna call me out on it. I know you're gonna say कि हिमांशु को ये भी पसंद है, but dude, if you do not have feelings for Anne Hathaway, are you even human?
Man, she is
Himanshu, tell me
gorgeous.
one
She
thing.
is
Do you,
gorgeous.
Himanshu, tell me one thing. Do you just watch Hollywood movies for the actresses?
I mean, not entirely. See, I
okay,
suffer
right.
from this. I suffer. That's
I was
what I knew, but
introduced
I didn't
to
want to
her,
point you out because you're my senior, man. I cannot call you out on all these things. You can say anything to me, but I cannot say anything to you, right? let's move to the next one. Like talking about Kite
Yeah,
Runner.
sure. Like,
I recommend Kite Runner. Okay. So again, book based on a book by Khalid Hosseini. He's my favorite author, and this is my favorite book to have ever been published. I love this book to its core. I read it every year. This is my ritual for the last 5-6 years. I read this book once a year because this is a very very feely book. You have to read it. I mean, if you are not a reader, this book will convert you into reader. That is
So
for
what's
sure.
it about?
It's
What's
about
it
two
about?
friends. That's what I was talking about. It's about two friends, and it sets unrealistic expectations about loyalty and friendship. Right. So these are two guys living in Kabul, Afghanistan. One is a rich guy, his dad is rich, and the second one is a poor guy, and his dad is the servant of that rich guy. Speak of four people living in one house, father, son, rich, super rich, crazy rich, one of the richest people in Afghanistan, and then they are the servant boy and his father. I will not give the spoiler away, but you will come to realize that the family has been tangled very much and it's very, very technical, right? Gets technical at the end. They do not spoil it for the entire book, and this is something about where you talk about friendship and all of that. Two guys, Amir and Hassan, they have Instagram is flooded with open letters to Amir, to Hassan, and to Khalid Hosseini. I am a culprit of that. I have written letters to Khalid Hosseini because I just love that author. He is something we do not talk about much because he's from Afghanistan, and being an Afghanistani, he lives in America since he was like 10 or 12 years old. He has been in America because of the Afghanistan crisis. He and his father had the resources, so they ran away. They have been there. He became a doctor and then he became an author. So he's like a very highly educated guy. Then he started writing books after some time when he earns money and all of that. Awesome guy. I can talk about him like for an hour or so, but we cannot talk about for an hour for just about Khalid Hosseini. He's awesome. The book is awesome. The movie, very controversial movie because of it. Because Afghanistan is a very conservative country, being a underdeveloped country, right? I should say. And so the movie was released. The actors from Afghanistan, they recruited very, very good-looking actors. Not just good-looking as in the good-looking actors, but they were fitting. All male cast. There's no female cast, so you cannot point me out that you only fall for watching movies for all of that.
I think you just mentioned this movie to cover yourself up.
No. I would mention this book to my because you have to read this book. You have to, right? So what I was talking about. So this movie was released and there was a big controversy because there were a few scenes between the kids and all of that. So they were not permitted according to the rule of Taliban, and the actors had to be taken out. The kid actors, they had to be taken out of Afghanistan. Sponsored that movie. I don't think it was Paramount. I don't remember, but they spent $500,000 for those three kid actors for their life. They educated them. They have established them in UAE. Those three kids live in UAE. They are well settled. They are actors. They are highly educated. Great thing to do by a publishing house movie house, because they won't do it. The studio won't do it. Why would
once
they care?
the movie is end, I don't think
because
so most of them care.
yeah. This is a very unique story. That's what I'm talking about it, because it's very unique story. The studio has been great to those actors. They have established themselves in UAE. They are doing good. All three of those guys, I think, and it's awesome. Movie's awesome. You should watch it. Kite Runner is I mean, if you read books and you have not read Kite Runner, you're not a reader. And if you do not read books and if you want to become a reader, start with Kite Runner. Simple.
Yeah, sure.
So my next movie recommendation would be the La La Land. I think the word says enough for it. The amount of awards it won in the Oscars and the Golden Globe
Yeah,
is
yeah.
surely, we don't have to be a seller for that movie. The
Yeah.
movie sells by its
You
name.
don't need to, yeah.
But I hope this time it doesn't end up as a joke, but stars Emma Stone.
You're a
And
sucker
Ryan
for romantic movies, no? You're a sucker for romantic movies. You love romantic.
I just
movies,
get
Yeah.
it started right now. I just get it started right now. You'll come to know.
Yeah. Like,
So it stars Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling is my man crush, and Emma Stone is my all-time crush. So, but have you guys seen that movie?
yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I
I
have
have.
seen
But
that.
half, partially, because too much romance is, it's dangerous for one person.
I think I have
It's-
seen till when they start getting into fights, right?
Okay.
Because of their differences, in terms of career
Yeah.
paths. So at
Yeah.
that point, I have seen that movie till that.
So see, I think like Himanshu is lover of the lead in the movies.
Dude, I am
lover
not.
for-
I am. You're ruining my image. My family's gonna see it and they're gonna think bad about me, and I will blame
Okay.
you for this because I am not. Yeah.
Jokes apart, I think I am a lover for the screenplay. What the kind of background they're choosing for the movie, everything, how
Yeah,
beautiful you make a
yeah.
movie look is something I actually fall in love for the movie. So La La Land is among the beautiful movies someone can ever see. So it portrays the modern age relationships, like how at the first spot you find each other very attractive, and how the careers kind of, you get so much indulged in your career and all that you end up having fights and all. But it sounds like a very common story, but when you see it in a movie, you feel like, okay, the way they have portrayed it, the way the writer has written the story, I think it's completely beautiful.
know-
And the best part, let me finish. Sorry, Vijay.
Yeah.
The
Sure,
best
sure,
part
sure.
of the movie is it's a musical. Okay, so it has to be obviously in my list. It's a musical. It has amazing background score. It has amazing songs. Ryan Gosling did an amazing job as a singer too, as well as an actor. So,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
my point, right? I have never been fan
Yeah,
of
true.
musical comedy. Like from Disney movies, I have never been fan
Yeah.
of those movies, right? Well, I think we being coming from a Bollywood genre, we are fed up of
Yeah.
that, right? That
Yeah.
because in Bollywood there's that without any point or head or toe, they will insert a song, right? Just to
Yeah.
earn some extra
But
bucks. But-
there isn't that thing in the movie. I think that's what you were saying. Ki in La La Land, there is nothing feel like कि ये song extra डाला गया है or anything like that.
Yeah, ऐसा नहीं होता फील आपको. ऐसा लगता है कि वो कंटिन्यूस
Effortless
पे
है वो,
चल रहा
काफी
है.
effortless
Yeah,
है.
effortless.
Yeah.
The way they have
And
inserted
if
those
you talked
songs and
about
music.
cinematography, I think you talked about screenplay, right? Screenplay and
Cinematography,
cinematography are
cinematography.
very close, right? So
Yeah.
if we talk about cinematography and we do not talk about Birdman, that would be injustice. That would be plain injustice because Birdman has those long shots and beautifully made movie. Michael Keaton starrer,
Yeah.
and that also has your
Emma
crush, Emma
Stone,
Stone.
Emma
That's why
Stone, yeah, sure, why
that's why
not?
I'm bringing that up. That's why I'm bringing that up because
I
Tarun
think-
Dev खुश रहेंगे.
I think Emma Stone makes the screen look beautiful
Yeah,
by herself.
It does. She does. Yeah, I agree with you. मतलब भाभी जी हमारी, we have to agree with you. Whatever you say, we'll agree with you. बड़े हो हमसे. But yeah, that movie is beautiful. Cinematography is beautiful. If you, the watchers, 3 people
Yeah.
apart from 3 of us, if you 3 of you want to watch a movie, go for Birdman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were you saying, Vijay?
Tarun. Yes, please.
Yeah, so I was saying this was the first musical movie I saw. It is directed by Damien Chazelle, who also directed
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
So I saw an interview of Damien Chazelle in the, I saw an interview of Damien Chazelle, and he mentioned that this was the first story that he wrote, and this was the first movie that he wanted to direct. But this requires a lot of production. The movie was so big, so he doesn't got the producers convinced. So he ended up making Whiplash as his first movie. I think that's the same thing he portrayed in the movie, that you don't let your dreams go. He wanted to make that movie, and he ended up making that movie and also winning so many awards and all. And that's exactly somehow has been shown in the movie, that you should not leave your dreams behind.
Talking about Whiplash, there's a story about Whiplash also. Whiplash could not get the funding. Damien Chazelle could not get the funding for Whiplash, so he made it as a short movie first. He got that approved in the Sundance Festival or something in Russia or somewhere. He got great reviews. Then he got the funding. Then he remade the movie with a somewhat different cast. I think J.K. Simmons was still in the first movie also. He remade the movie with a somewhat different cast. He made it on a bigger scale, and I mean, Whiplash is in my list, but I cannot recommend it because there's only a limit to that list. Because I mean, if there would have been 8 movies, Whiplash would have been there. Definitely would have been there. I love Whiplash.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I guess
Next
PJ,
movie,
what's your
whichever, yeah,
next?
go for it. Yeah.
So the next movie, I think, in terms of love stories, if we are talking about love stories, right? As in La La Land, it was a musical comedy. So
Was
I
not.
think
Yeah.
it was a rom-com plus musical. It was not rom-com.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was not rom-com actually. It was musical drama.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. It was musical
Yeah.
drama. So the movie that I will like to recommend is Her. Because of the performance of Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. Even though Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson
Johansson.
she is not in the
Voice-
movie.
voice उसी की थी।
She was just the voice for the
तो
artificial intelligence.
सॉफ्टवेयर का वॉइस था वो उसी आप आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाए.
Come on, man.
No,
She
man.
had such a sexy voice.
Come on. I mean, I would not use that word because I'm a Sanskari boy. But before identifying Joaquin Phoenix, who he was, I mean, we had seen Gladiator before Joker.
Yeah.
There was only one movie in between, like iconic movie from Joaquin Phoenix. That was Her. And you could not believe that this is the guy who was in Gladiator 15 years ago. You would identify Scarlett Johansson's voice before you would identify Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how can
I
you
don't
not
think-
identify that Scarlett Johansson?
Hey, I made that expression because I didn't watch that movie completely. So I know maybe while I was watching the movie, I was not so much engaged in that movie
Yeah.
because I didn't heard about it much. Then I came to know about the movie very much after the time it got released. After time, बाद मुझे पता लगा कि it's actually a good movie and it's still in my one of the watch list. It's still pending, dude.
I think
Sorry, apologies.
And it also has Rooney Mara and Amy Adams.
Amy Adams
movie.
too, great.
So
Rooney Mara plays the ex-wife of Joaquin Phoenix, and she is the current wife of Joaquin. That's a bit of a trivia for you all.
Yeah.
So, what I loved about it is the slow-paced scenes that it had in the movie, right? And those surreal moments of the conversations between him and his AI. They were, he's talking to an artificial intelligence, but felt so real. The conversations felt so real that it made me fall in love with that movie. With moving time, with moving forward, right? They come with their difficulties of like how can they form a relationship as one is an artificial intelligence and one is a human being, right? And that complex structure, it was really really different. I have seen in other movies, right? And that uniqueness only made me got attracted to the movie and I watched it. I think the end of the movie, I didn't feel that end was too satisfying for me. I didn't felt justified कि ये क्या end दिया है, ठीक है? But other than that, the whole journey through which I went through while watching that movie was really awesome, and that's why I included her in the list. And because I couldn't
Yeah,
include Joker, so I thought
The thing you said, no, the thing you said that how can someone fall in love with a machine, dude? We are all doing that. Modern relationships are falling in love with your phone. Whoever you're talking to, you're talking only
Long
to your phone,
distance
right?
relationships.
Yeah, man, long distance relation. That's what I was talking about. I mean, I don't want to say it because it's a very jinxed word, and we have all suffered all of that pain and all that shit. But another thing that you said that the ending was not satisfied. Is the ending ever satisfied in life, in relationships, or except for
now
movies?
you're
Is
going
the
too
ending ever satisfied?
philosophical. You're
I know I'm going philosophical. Yeah, man. And when she says, when he asks her, are you talking to someone else? And when the voice says, yes, 759 people.
Yeah.
And I
don't
was
know
like,
the number. Yeah.
dude, this is too real, man. This is too real. वो भी ऐसे ही करती थी.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I hope your ex doesn't see this, man. Because I'll make sure this gets included. And even in the first 5 seconds, even in the first 5 seconds, this will be the stance, and then I will roll the intro.
whatever you do, man. I do not care about that shit. But yeah, I mean, see, I know I'm getting philosophical, but the movie is philosophical. You have to talk about philosophy when you talk about AI. AI, artificial intelligence, is as closely related to philosophy as anything you want to talk about. I mean, I am very much into this, both AI and philosophy, as you all know. History, philosophy, and art are like my go-to things when I'm bored. See, this is the one thing. There was one thing I won't take it long enough, but one thing about her, the movie, and her also, that both are dissatisfying, right? But the moment you spend it, but the time you're watching it, the time you're with her, the movie and her, that felt good, right? So it doesn't matter what was before that or what was after that.
After that, yeah.
The time you spend with it is beautiful, and that is what matters.
Living in the moment.
Now include that with with the X thing.
I think it's just a cover up.
There is
It's
also
not a cover.
Yeah, I know it's not. Yeah, Tarun?
So there is one movie I can't recall its name. I think it's called Ex Machina.
Yeah.
It has almost a similar story where a human being falls in love with a machine, but it is not AI, it's actually a robot. But both of the movies are in my watch list right now, man. I'm going to watch them.
Beautiful movie. You should watch that. But look, first watch her, because if you watch her, you do not need to watch Ex Machina, because
And I watched her a lot. Yeah.
This is better. Yeah, man, that's what I know.
I think इस मूवी के साथ ना हम कितने मर्जी पंज यूज कर सकते हैं.
Man, truly. और बहुत ही बेशर्म वाले पन यूज कर रहे हैं हम लोग.
True.
So yeah, moving on. Talking about romantic movies, I want to talk about a timeless romantic movie. It is literally timeless because time is entangled, and it's not a sci-fi movie. Dude, come on. इतना भी क्लीशे नहीं जा रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है? You can call it a sci-fi movie, but it's not a sci-fi movie. So there's this movie starring Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett that's called The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I don't think you have seen it. Have you?
No.
Fine. So the movie starts at the end of the World War I, 1919. Why I'm mentioning this? Because there's this clock that is built by some clockmaker. His son dies in the World War, and his wife dies after the pain of losing her son. So he makes a movie. He's blind. He cannot see. He makes a movie, and he makes the movie anti-clockwise. The clock moves anti-clockwise, right? So the seconds do not go like this. They go like this. I mean, it would be inverted when you're seeing it to the camera, but get the gist. It moves anti-clockwise. And when that clock is installed, at that exact moment, a child is born. A child is born near that area. The child is born old. The child is born 98 years old, and he de-ages. He's born 98 years old, like his body, his machines, his mechanics is like 98 years old guy, and he de-ages. And a girl is born at a normal pace. She ages, right? Brad Pitt is born old. Cate Blanchett is born young, like a normal kid. They go through life. They meet in an orphanage because Brad Pitt is supposed to die, but he doesn't because he's de-aging. They don't know that he's going to de-age, but he's de-aging. They live through the life. They live through the 20th century. They fall in love at an exact moment when both of them are 45 years old. That is the only time they're happy in their entire lives. Both of them lived for 95 years old. Both of them lived separate lives most of the time because they cannot be together. But those 5 years, that exact moment, just like the movie we were talking about her, that time zone, that specific moment when you're with someone and you're happy, that is what matters, right? Doesn't matter what happens before or after. That's why I mentioned it right now, because it was way below. Like, it's not rated below, but it was way below. But that is what matters, that timing. And that is what Benjamin Button is all about. Beautiful movie, timeless romance. More than romance, you will see a journey of a man who is born old, does everything that a normal guy does, and dies like a kid in the arms of a lover. He dies in the arms of Kate Blanchett, who is now 90 years old. Benjamin Button is 0 years old. And I mean, it feels crazy when you watch that movie. Like, how is that even possible? How is that shit even possible? But it
I'm thinking
happens.
it right now.
And- yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah, like
I'm
even
feeling
right now-
crazy saying all of this, but
even right
this is a
now-
movie. This is a real movie, and Brad Pitt is in that movie. Brad.
Isn't that another David Fincher directorial?
Yes, it is. I think it is. I'm kind of sure. Let me check. I think it is. I think it's David.
You can
I think it's David Fincher.
You can title this
I think it's David
podcast as
Fincher.
Water with VJ
David
featuring David Fincher.
David Fincher. Yeah, man, legendary guy. Yes, it's David Fincher. It's David Fincher.
I know.
I think
When it's Brad Pitt and it's a great movie, I think it goes to David Fincher.
I think David Fincher. True.
Tarun, I guess
Yeah.
it's time you should introduce to us your David Fincher movie in the list.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so the one movie that I included, I had a lot of David Fincher. I can make another podcast for all the David Fincher movies. I love all of them, and this one is the most underrated. Is most मतलब कि इसकी rating भी सबसे कम है among all the movies, and the movie is called Zodiac.
Yeah.
So the movie is
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
RDJ, Jake Gyllenhaal.
RDJ, Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo.
It's like Avengers already.
Yeah, man. Beautiful movie.
So movie, it's just like any other David Fincher movie. It's thriller, it's mystery, and it all, like I have mentioned this word earlier also, it keeps you engaged. But I think what makes the movie different from other movie is, first of all, it's not very brutal. Okay, that's the part they've shed on.
Yeah.
But it plays with your mind at the same time. The way the story is written, so the worst part about the movie I feel right now is I so want to share what the movie is about, but I can't. My hands are tied.
Yeah.
Even if I tell one thing or two things about the movie, I think I'll spoil the movie for others. But that's the thing, that something I cannot say is which makes the movie great. Many of the movie buffs who watch a lot of movie are disappointed. When you read to the reviews of the movie, you're like, what was this? There was no, as you mentioned for the Her, this was not the justified ending, how it doesn't end it. And what people don't know, I think people may or may not know, it is based on the true events. It is based on a true event. There was
Investigative, yeah.
something going on like that some crazy murderer was on a killing spree. I don't know what to say about that. I think
One thing why we have so many David Fincher movies is because we are not going mainstream. We are not talking about the mainstream movies.
Yeah.
So that is one of the reasons why we have so many David Fincher movies in this one, because his movies do not go mainstream. That is like a poetic. See, one thing about great cinema, great books, or great music is that it never goes mainstream.
True.
If masses follow that thing, it's not beautiful. The public only accepts what's acceptable. They only care about the happy-go-lucky things. Ki, maza aa gaya.
Yeah.
David Fincher is the opposite of that. David Fincher is the epitome of mind-bending cinema. And that is why we have so many David Fincher movies here.
Whenever I suggest movie to anyone, first of all I tell him, have you seen David Fincher movies? And he's like, okay, I don't know that guy, I don't go by the name of the directors. I think then I say, no, you should go by the name of directors, because directors are the person who make the movie amazing. If it hasn't been for Russo brothers, Avengers wouldn't have been that great.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Even in my opinion, I think this is the case. And for this, we can say the same thing for Justice League too. Zack Snyder cut, we are waiting for it.
Yeah, we are waiting for Snyder cut. And the beauty of recording this right now is that now we do not have to demand it. It's coming.
Yeah.
We know it's coming.
People demanded it, that's why it's coming out, because they know that there's a
Exactly.
market for it. There's a
We
market
don't have
for
to
it.
demand anymore. That's what I'm saying. We don't have to demand it. It's coming already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing, the movies I've recommended, The Terminal was directed by Steven Spielberg. Benjamin Button was from, as you said, David Fincher. And most of the movies that we have recommended are from directors who have made great cinema, whose better popular bigger grossing movies are already cliched. We are not talking about that. We are talking about the movies that did not go mainstream, that were not as much watched by the public as they should have been. So that is what we are doing here. And I would, as much as I want to talk about this, we should move on, because yes, we have talked a lot about David Fincher, and yes,
Yeah.
he's a great
Yeah.
guy, but we have a time limit there. Yeah.
ਤੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਾਰੋਬਾਰ ਚੰਗਾ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਚ ਮੈਂ 20 ਦਿਨ ਕਾਰੋਬਾਰ ਰਵਾਂ ਨਾਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਮੇਰਾ ਮੱਲਾ